Hi everyone, I know, it's Thursday, yes, but I have a new launch to watch tomorrow, and it takes most of the day, and I'm not sure when it starts, so I'm coming to you on Thursday. So happy pre-almost Friday. Hope you have a good weekend, and I hope you have fun, and I hope that you'll try this, and I hope that you like it, all those hopes. If you're out there, let me know. I'm just waiting for the computer to catch up, so I can see that I am where I need to be. And it is being slow this morning. What are you going to do, right? There I am. Okay. So, oh, it caught up. Yay. All right. So, I'll try not to go as fast as the last time, but I do need to move the camera. So, we'll see if this works. All right. Here we go. And there we are. Let's see. Let's see if I can't get this a little bit further out and a little bit straighter. Okay. Oh, shoot. The one thing I forget to do is turn up my volume and my voice, because heaven knows if you've ever been around me, I can be loud when I want to. All right. So, lots of stuff to look at. So this is the special for September. And there's several ways that you can buy it. It's all of this goodness here that I'll show you real quick. But I wanted to let you know that there is a card workshop. There's 6 cards. You make 2 of each. Gives you the whole kit and caboodle. Okay? Otherwise, you can buy a bundle of just this without the paper and the goodies to make the workshop. Or you can buy them stamps alone, stamps with thin cuts, thin cut alone, or all together. Okay? So, as always, you can either call me and I can get an order set up for you, or you're welcome to shop here. Just make sure it says at the top you're shopping with Jackie Bloom. Thank you ever so much. So the first thing I wanted to show you is this double word set, which I have already started using. And I'll just rotate it if you need to. Take a screenshot so you can see it a little bit slower. You can tell I've already used a couple of these. Okay. Alright. So the cards that I've made recently is this one here. Sending you happy vibes. Such happy, pretty paper. This is paper and stamps from the core catalog. I believe it's 4 seasons and it is summer. This one is showing our new colors, and I showed them a little trick about this. I don't know if you can see, these are actually pink, and I just colored over the top of them with our marker, with a marker. And this is some of our new colors, and there's the just a little hey to brighten your day. Yeah, I know that sounded bad, didn't it? That sounded really cheesy. Anyway, so there's the first part. Always looking for words. September 1st, I'll be putting in an order. So get me your order before then. The one I'm focusing on today is this stamp set. So pretty. So many different ways to use it. I have just started to play with it. Tons of thin cuts that come with it, and that's so stamps alone or stamps with thin cuts. If you want to know the number, it's CC9224. The word double stamp set is CC922. Looks like my computer's having a little hiccup. I didn't see me there for a minute. Waiting for live video signal. Okay, hopefully I'm back. I'll say again, the double word pack is CC9220. CC means it's on special, and it means that you cannot use your VIP points for it, but you can earn 15%. So you can earn points, but you can't use points because it's already on sale. And this one is the Dragonfly Wishes, CC9224. That's the one we're playing with today. And this is the thin cut that you can get alone or with the bundle. And then it also has these little stencils that are for all 3 of the butterfly wings. So that makes it much easier, hopefully you can see this, to lay it over the stencil and do your wings, which I'll be showing you today. So I'll leave that one out. And I just tuck them in back here. And if I have any extras, I'll tuck them in back here, and then I have them when I want them. And maybe I won't have to cut them next time. The next one is this adorable little animals and birthday. Let's celebrate could be a retirement party. You know, let's celebrate. Could be anything you're celebrating, right? Here's the little thin cuts that go with this one. So cute. And this one also has a big thin cut. Oh, sorry. If you like this one, it's the Floating By CC9225. And I love this little word, floating by, to say hi. You can always use that, right? Okay, and the thin cut that comes with that is a cloud thin cut. And the little stencil is a cloud stencil. So, okay, you can use the negative and the positive of white center cloud and use this to stamp some a little bit blue ones and then have the white one on top. So you can layer, is what I'm basically trying desperately to say, but not having much luck. So there's that one. And last but not least, we have this one. You're the best. Hey there. Hello, fabulous. Congrats. Just a nice general one, if you will. And look at all the thin cuts that come with this one. I mean, everything. Even down to this little heart, which is this little one. So it's just a few of these little ones that don't have a thin cut. Basically, 1, 2, 3, 4. All the rest have thin cuts. Yay! This one is Hello, Fabulous. CC9226. Okay, and the thin cut that goes with that is this one. Really pretty. And I think all of these thin cuts could be used for multiple things. But then what's cool about this overlay is it fits in. Hopefully you can see that. Let's see. So it fits in. Here, maybe that way you can see it better. This way. See the little lines? They line up in these little holes. So it's like half of them. They're all going diagonal this way. So another way to add cool color, or this just as a background, you could probably do it that way and maybe switch it over and do it that way. Let's see. Nope, that's the same. That's the same. What if I do this? If I do this, then it goes the other way. So you could stencil this way, turn it over and do this way and get your little crisscrossy kind of thing going on. I don't know. We'll try it. You try it. I'll try it. See what we come up with. That's the name of the game. Okay, got a little scratch paper here. And the first thing I wanted to show you on the card kit is this one here. And I'm just going to do this background. The rest of it is pretty self-explanatory. I will show you this little butterfly too. And right here, the materials, the extra stuff that you might, your blocks, your inks are not going to be in here. It's just the paper, the card kit, the stamps, the thin cuts, the stencil. Okay, so materials you need. Additional is your blocks. Okay. All right, and then I don't know if you've ever seen our cutting guides, but it tells you right here, this is black cardstock, black cardstock. This is how you cut it. Here, let me move this so you can see. So this first number, this means C2, card 2. 5.5, that's your first cut line here. Okay, by 4 1/4. No, it's not. This is usually your first cut line. It's going to be here because it goes all the way across. And then you do 4 1/4, 4 1/4, and 4. And then cut this by 3 1/4. Okay? These were made by a fellow consultant, and she's actually in our unit. Hi, Tina. And so they're not as precise as Close to My Hearts, but they are very good. Okay? Again, 6 inches 4 1/4, and then these pieces. Okay, and then it tells you, you know, each color. See, there's white, green apples, and she's got which side it is. So this is the dark side and the light side folded over, so it's the dark side. All right, and this is all the thin cuts and the stamping you need to do on white paper. And then it goes into card 1, card 2, where's mine? Here it is, card 3. And I just wanted to show you, it's just step by step. Start on the left side. We're going to add the Kitsch Flamingo ink. And then on the right side, we're going to add Peacock Feathers. This is Distressed Oxide ink. And then in the middle, we are going to put Mermaid Lagoon. Okay? We're going to spritz it with water and dab it off if we need to. We're going to do the same thing on the dragonflies with the 3 different colors. No spritzing on those. And it just goes step by step what you need to do. Okay? So there's a look at that. Here is the white thin cut I already have done for you. And just like this, it's really cool. Put little bees on here. Would be cute. All different kinds of things. Okay, so I've got my scratch paper here. And let me sit down. And we go get started. So it said to put this on first, on the left. Now remember, these are creamier. I am going to show you using our regular dye-based inks. So these are creamier. It's basically the same technique. I'm still always going to start, instead of, you know, pushing down hard and getting a ring, I want to start softly and just layer the color on. Okay? Let me see if I can make that more apparent. So if you push down too hard, you're going to get a ring. If you go softly, you're going to get a blended look, okay? And I like to go off of the paper, so that way my edges are nice and dark. And then, okay, as it gets less and less, that's when I put some of the color on, so it will blend with the next layer. It's all about getting this first layer, even though it's really light, into the paper grain, okay, into the fibers. Then we start again, and we're going to do the same thing. I might start in a little bit different area, but it's the same thing. And this is how you get a nice blended effect. Again, lightly, so we don't get any of that circly motion, unless you want the circly motion. Lightly, and then as it fades off that color, we add a little more. Okay, now I'm inking it up just a little bit stronger to go a little faster for you guys. And I want to make sure that those edges are nice and dark. So that's where I'm contrasting the color. Okay, so there's our first one. Isn't that pretty? You see how nice and just pretty much blended it is. I still could go back and do a little bit here, but that's good enough. And I don't want to waste too much time. You can keep going over it and getting it smoother and smoother and smoother if you like. Now we're moving on to this other end with Peacock Feathers. And I know that this one is super juicy. This was a little bit lighter. This one I know is really creamy. So I want to pay special attention to go even lighter. See how much more coverage I get already? And I am just barely touching the surface of this paper. And I want to make sure that I get that smoothly on there. Fill that in. And I know that it doesn't look super, see, you can tell I started right there because it's darker. So this time I'm going to start over here. And I'm concentrating my colors on the end because I know I'm going to put something in the middle. Okay? Okay. Start again. Super light because this is a really juicy one. It is really pretty. Okay. And what I love about these is you can go back and blend in from one color to the next. And it doesn't hurt it. I'm just trying to get it even. You got a little bit of a bushy line there that I don't want. Just blend it in, blend it out. Okay. A little bit more right here. A little bit. Anybody out there today? Not 12 on there. Hopefully you can hear me good. Okay. I'm a little crooked. I don't like to be crooked. Okay. So now in the middle it says to put Mermaid Lagoon. And that the pink and the Kitsch Flamingo and the Mermaid Lagoon are some new colors this year that are in our core catalog. That's where you find them. And I think this one is kind of in between. So the other thing you can do is have a little paper towel so you don't get fingerprints. And again, I'm going to start lightly. This one has pretty good color. I just want to get it in on those fibers before I start moving it around too much. Just on our white space. Again, I'm going to slowly blend it into this. And when you blend them, you kind of get another color. It's kind of cool. Like this is obviously blue and pink is going to turn kind of purpley. Sorry, I'm really moving my table. Okay, let's add just a smidge right there. I like to do circles, and then I'm going to go back and add just a touch more pink to blend that just a little bit more. And you might think, oh, you're going to mess up your pink, but it doesn't. So we're going to hold that and just blend that a little bit more. And if you can see my pink, it's not picking up any blue. There's no blue on here. Nothing that's going to hurt it. There we go. See how that kind of went a little bit purple? There. I like that. And that is the base for the card. Now this one doesn't say to spray it. We certainly could if you wanted to. I'll be spraying the next one. So I'm going to turn this over. And once you get that done, that's the majority of it. Here's the card that I replicated. And I wanted to show you, I'll show you the butterfly in just a minute on the next card. It's the same technique as I did on this one. So I will have some still shots, and you can see I kind of sprayed that one. Which, here, we'll spray this one. Alright, I don't want this to get too wet, so I've got just a little spray bottle from Ranger. I'm going to put it in my, here, bring up my garbage can, so I can spray it in there. I'm just going to mist it a little bit. I have two of these bottles, and one kind of gives me, this one gives me more of a misty kind of look. So then you can go and just wipe that off. So see how this one just kind of gives me little string lines? It kind of sprays in a line. I don't know why. This one kind of gives me more of that misty spray, which I think is what they were going for. So isn't that pretty? Just love it. Hopefully you can see that. I'll take some stills. So that's one of the cards from the workshop. Okay. Next one I want to show you is what I came up with. Alright, so instead of starting on white, I'm starting on shortbread. This will make it maybe a little easier for you guys. Let me move these out of the way. You have to be careful with these Distress Oxide inks because the lids will fall off. They don't attach in any way. So just be aware of that, and that will help you. So the colors we're using are shortbread, nectarine, and papaya in that order. Okay. And I've got my thin cut made. And then I went and I punched out a circle, and this is the exact size of a standard card, 4.5 by 4 1/4 by 5.5. Okay, punched out kind of a sun shape where I wanted it. Okay, so this way it's super easy to line up and hold on to. So we're going to take our shortbread, and this is on the light side of shortbread. the lighter color. This is the true color. And because I'm using shortbread ink, I'm wanting to go with the light so that way you see it better. I'm going to come in here and get some ink. Line that up really good. Start in the middle. Again, very little pressure. I mean, I'm just hovering it over just to get some ink on there. Then as it fades out, less ink, then I can rub that little bit of extra into the fibers. Come and pick up some more, lightly again, until I get it working. And then you can do it as much as you want. It kind of just helps it blend. Okay, and it doesn't look like it's doing much, but pick this up from time to time because it's doing a lot. That's shortbread. Now I'm going to take this part away and I'm going to use the circle part to do the next. And I'm just going to hold that over that. I'm going to use nectarine. And again, we have to work it into the fibers. And again, I'm going to put this here. I want to kind of leave a little bit of shortbread right around this circle. So I'm going to start by going off the edges. There again, we have to build that color into the fibers. So you see me kind of circling around. Get some more ink, lightly again, and then circle it around, kind of avoiding that very close to the circle part. And if you have to, turn your paper. So you can start over here. I'm getting much more ink, so I want to make sure that I'm going very light to start. Okay. And this one, I'm not going to get as smooth. I could if I took a lot of time, but I don't necessarily need to. Oops, I did that. So now I've got to try and blend it out. And that's just a matter of lightly going around. And it's going to get a little bit more color, so it will be fine. And I don't exactly want it to be, there's what it looks like. So I would continue to go all the way down, but I've already got one to that point. So this is what this looks like. I've done this one here. I've done this one kind of around. I know this is going to be a darker area, so I kind of focused up here more so. Now we're going to take our last color of paprika. Too many similar things. And I don't think I need this anymore. And then we're going to go around and we're going to darken up our edges. Maybe I do. Knowing me, I better put it on there. Also gives you a nice place to hold on to. So now I'm mostly hitting the corners up here. Just softly. Everything softly. I'm just extending that color out, and I'm going to turn it and get some darker color down here. Work it into the fibers because there's not much down here. I'm not adding too much. Again, we're working it into the, hopefully you can see me, yes, into the fibers. And you don't have to press super hard. Where I'm pressing hard is holding that down. One, so my paper doesn't move too much on me. And this is okay because this is going to get covered up. So I kind of want to concentrate on where I'm going to have something which is going to be in this bottom corner. So I am going to give this a little bit darker treatment. But you can see it's not as smooth as the other, and that's okay because that's the way I want this one to be. You could spend more time, get more ink in the fibers of the paper, excuse me, and it would be more blended. You can get that look. It just takes a little more time. So it just depends on how much time you want to spend. Okay? Alright. I think that's about where I like it. Put just a little bit of color in case you can see some of that. I think it's mostly going to get covered up. Okay, so that is what we are ending up with. Oh, we need these again. Oh. Alright, so that is what we're ending up with. Okay, you can see each shade a little bit. Alright, the next thing we're going to do is our butterfly. So I have stamped the butterfly also in the light short red color, and I've also got a white one here to show you. I can do both of these. Take my template, and it only fits one way, and then I just hold on to it with my finger, and I'm going to use nectarine ink. So when you put the stencil on, you can hold the tail, if you will, and then you just ink it up. If you want to go darker in the middle, you can go darker in the middle, like so. Isn't that pretty? It's such an easy way of coloring, you guys. Where'd my computer go? Hold on, technical difficulties. I think my computer is unplugged. Hold on just a sec. Wiggle and everything. Okay, let's see if the computer comes back. There it is. Okay. So now I'm going to do the same thing on this one. And because it's already got a little color on it, it's going to pick it up even faster. So I'm going to darken this middle section. You can see there's still some there. I'm going to darken up the middle section and just barely put a little bit on there. Darken up the middle, kind of going on the angle of the sponge, and then that just gives you some nice definition. Okay, so that's all there is to that. Love the stencils. To wash them off, just take your wet rag, or in this case it's the chamois, and it's better when the chamois is sitting down, and you just wipe it off like so. Okay, and I'm going to get this out of the way in case there's any ink on it. It should be fairly dry. And what I did with these little goodies is I thin cut this one and stamped it out, and then stamped some words on with mocha ink. Okay, mocha and black. So here is my mocha ink, or my mocha cardstock with black ink, and that's going to go in the corner. And my little dragonfly is going to go here, and then I put the words up here. The other thing I did when I got done is I took my gold shimmer brush. So here's a before. And here's what it looks like after you add some gold. I'll add it on just half to start, so you can see it, and then that way when I take a picture you'll see that it's half and half. So hopefully let me put this up a little bit. Hopefully you can see that shine. There we go. See that? Okay. Believe me, there's lots of shine there. And the finished card. And then also one more thing I did. When I have little baggies, I oftentimes will, with my glitter paper, punch out a bunch of little circles. This one I actually used the thin, slimline thin cut that has, it's, you know, the slimline, and it's got a whole bunch of holes in it. And so you can make these little pretties really quick and easy. And that's what these are. And this is the finished card. And hopefully you can see the shimmer on that dragonfly and the shimmer of the other. So there's that one. And here's the one from the card kit. So as usual, which one's your favorite? Which one will you try? And have fun. I hope you enjoyed it today. And as always, tomorrow, have a good weekend. Bye, everybody.